shows up to give everything. I believe that you are a champion. I believe that God is calling you to be a champion. A champion in your situation, a champion in your family, a champion in your relationship, a champion in a lot of the things that you set out to do in life. But unfortunately, some of the strongholds, some of the bad areas, some of circumstances, your feelings and emotions, it got in the way, right? And it got you trapped in places you should not be, right? But as a champion, as I stated earlier, champions don't show up to take everything. Champion shows up to give everything. Today, at this time, this is when we're going to call the timeout. Champions. Everybody want to be a champion, but tell me, what fight did you fight? Tell me what fight did you knew you fought that fight. Every fight that you was assigned to, even if you won, you lost. Even if you won, you lost. Even if you lost, you took that L. Why did you take that L? Because possibly you didn't wait on your God. Possibly the battle wasn't yours. Possibly you acted out of character, out of instinct. You did what came familiar to you. You did what everybody else was doing. This is why the whole meat thing was all put together. This is why we needed the timeout. Because if anybody gonna be real about it, you need to be real about your situation. We done got into some foolish stuff for foolish reasons, and we did exactly what it is we should not have done, and that is compromise our position. If you ain't done it lately, you've done it before. Many times before. Let's go. Like your kids. Your kids, you know your kids don't have the best upbringing. You know your kids got a lot of you in them. And when they do what they do, they more sneakier than you, right? They talk around you. They talk stuff right in your face, but you ain't paying attention because you don't understand that the conversations done changed. These kids is very advanced right now, and we need to stop this. We need to put something in place to make sure that we intercept the working of the enemy, but don't compromise the future of the child. And the only way we can do this is holding your position. There's a position for you to hold. But the only way you're going to hold that position is you have to identify with yourself. Yes, God. So how did I become an entrepreneur? It was by force. I was forced like some of you. I'm forcing you. I'm giving you things that's forcing you to think a different way. Some of you just want to go back to school. Ain't nothing wrong with going back to school. Education is amazing. You need it. But again, it only brings value to the company that you are around, the people that you meet, the situations that you are in. You need to bring value, right? You don't need to bring a resume. You need to bring value. And the only way you're going to get value is get things that enhance you. That's why some of you went back to school so you can add on to who you are today. But some of us, we never knew who we are. We looked at that degree, or we looked at that certification as that was the meal ticket. And guess what? That degree is not the meal ticket. There's many people out here with a degree and all and still lack common sense. They still lack the ability because they don't have the courage. They don't have the confidence to get out there and try to communicate, dialogue, mingle. What's up? You know, they don't know how to throw themselves out there so somebody can assist them. It's many people out here in this world roaming around that need help. But unfortunately, they won't ask you. They ain't saying nothing. They gonna go down like true soldiers. Some of them on the speed line. But guess what? I love talking to my people, right? Why do I love talking to my people? Because we have a relationship that we have established that only God could have established this relationship. The only person that can bring this relationship down is no one. What God established, nothing will pull apart. Let's be clear about that. So we here for the long haul. Well, this is going to be a long journey. I'm here to make sure you get everything you desire and hold on to it. All right? I ideas and he's using communication. Ideas and communication. A lot of you have great ideas, but you allow somebody else to poison them, or you ran it to the wrong person. You have amazing ideas. Some of you saw how you're supposed to be. You saw how you're supposed to look. You saw how far you can go. You saw what it is you desire. He gave you a glimpse of where you're going in the future. Everything behind you was only a glimpse. Now, guess what? Now he have allowed you to participate in the future, in the building of this world. Why am I talking to you with so much authority? Because I'm putting the charge on you. You are the leaders that's coming forward right now. Before you lead others, don't worry about leading others. Lead you. You're going to have followers following you. But at the end of the day, I'm just meeting you on the ground of peace and blessings and respect. I respect you for who you are as well as who you are about to be. Can anybody else tell you that in your friends or in your friends list or in your family? Absolutely not. Because they scared, because they looking for who they are, right? And again, you can mess around and confuse yourself, associating yourself with people that don't see the value in what you bring. You bring ideas and you bring communication. That's all we need, because that's what the Lord is using in this season, in this time. Always had a problem. The question is, are you ready to be the answer to your problem? Are you ready for the God you serve to help you be the solution to your own problem? Because you are your problem, okay? Because he will give you what you desire. But there's confusion that keeps getting in the way. And that's why I told you, we have to capture what you done slayed. Whatever problem it might be, whatever you can identify with, whatever abuse, whatever trauma you done went through, right? People that done you wrong, the betrayal, right? We have to capture that, slay it, dissect it, right? Dissect it. That means pull it apart and examine it so we can see what it been feeding on. It might have been feeding on your niceness. They taking my kindness for granted. You know, you've been feeding them your kindness. Don't you sit here, you could have dealt with a little kitten, but you want to keep being nice to a kitten, and now you're fighting a lion, saying, oh, you scared of what it is you've been feeding. Good things, huh? You get what I'm saying? From good places. Let's examine it. But what I was told is everybody will not be able to land their plane. Why won't they be able to land their plane in the season of landing your plane? It's because you have to have clear grounds in order for the plane to land. Some of your blessings is on the plane. Some of the things that you need, your resources, your relationships, your mentors, your significant other, right? The one that's going to play the major role in your life is on that plane. But they cannot land the plane because it's too much mess going on around you. You see, I don't want our plane to get rerouted somewhere else because the ground is not safe for landing. So what we have to do is we have to make sure we clear out all the mess, everything. Wipe your house down, get your body back in detox mode, right? Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, she did not have to shut the city down. She don't have that power, but she did what she had power to do, right? The governor did what he has power to do, right? But that don't have nothing to do with you. There's a lot of stuff you got to shut down. You got to shut down some of the stuff you put in your mouth. You got to shut down some of the stuff you putting in your ears. Some of you supposed to be fascinated right now by jazz. You supposed to be in love with new jazz right now. Some of you supposed to have new hobbies right now. Just like my friend mentioned earlier, doing puzzles and stuff. You supposed to have some add-on. He put you by yourself to teach yourself all over again. She was being taught by a puzzle, how to look at this puzzle and stop trying to sit here and put pieces in place that don't go. But guess what? On the front of the box, it's a picture of completion. So if your picture at the end don't look like the picture that you saw, then you might be missing some pieces, or somebody is tampering with your stuff. They done stole some of your pieces out here, and now you trying to look for the pieces to go to your puzzle, and somebody done moved them around. Once again, the plane is in the air, and the resources is on its way to some of us. Some of you are the pilots of those planes. But you cannot land that plane in unfamiliar areas, in areas that's high risk. Some of your kids on them grounds, right? On grounds, right? You can't land it on messy grounds. I wanted to say another type of ground. You cannot land the plane trying to give them things they ain't ready for. Can't give them money and shoes and thousands of dollars trying to buy their happiness. You cannot land your plane in areas that's messy, that's not clear for landing. So God will reroute you. Up top, why can't that plane land? Why can't your husband land? Why can't your wife land? Because it has to have clear grounds. It has to have a clear runway to land that plane. Some of you waiting on some big stuff. You got a big plane. That means your runway has to be a certain length right now. And you can't be in no mess right now. So you got to make sure that the coast is clear. So when your plane comes in, you're going to be the one that's doing this. No. Fix your mouth. Talk like this, do like this, do like this. We're going to have to direct some people to get in, to get your plane in. Do you hear what I just said? Come on now. We don't do mess now. We don't do mess. If somebody come in your presence, we don't do mess. Not like that. Used to. We used to. Thank God we don't smell like it. We don't look like it. Some of us do. Some of us got some injuries, right? But you can fix them injuries. Let's be clear about something. Some of you on this feed are injured. You've been injured, right? And some of you keep injuring yourself. How? Because a wound cannot heal if you keep touching it. You have to back up off of them hurt areas and let that thing heal. Stop trying to have pressing conversations that you're just not ready for. Your skin, your leg, it hasn't fully repaired to give you a fullness, to make you whole, so you can have the energy and the desire you need to accomplish what you should be accomplishing by what you participate in. Did y'all get that? Wounds. You need, if you hurt and you injured, you have to allow the wound to heal, but it will never heal if you keep touching it. If you keep touching it. If you keep trying to operate something before it's time. If you hurt your leg and you're trying to walk, you can't keep walking on it. You have to sit down. You have to let the body heal. Just like what's going on now with the pandemic. If you got it, then you got to sit yourself down. Get it up out your system. You don't have it forever. Thank God for that. But you have to cut people off, because whoever you come around, you can spread it. It's spreading right now, right? Moths. They're not butterflies. They be like, and just like the caterpillar to the butterfly. No, boo, the caterpillar to the moth. Because you're dusty, your man dusty, your house dusty, the things you do is dusty. And that's why every time I come around, I'm sneezing, because I'm allergic to you. You always hazardous. The people you around is hazardous. The way you move is hazardous. It's toxic. I got to get free from this. Extermination is on its way. Do you hear me? That's a moth. And if you keep being around it, it's going to start getting through. It is going to start molding. It's going to start biting through some of your good garments. So when you come out now, your image going to be flawed. Your character going to be flawed. Why? Because of the person that you was with done bit a hole in your reputation. They done bit a hole in who you are. Come on now. Yeah. Us, he called for people to go up there to intercede on our behalf while we down here. Come on now. Some of us, we down here, but some people getting called up there because they gonna watch over us while we do what we supposed to do. So we gotta go farther, we gotta go higher, we gotta be stronger, we gotta press, but we don't settle for less. We don't get in strongholds, and we don't allow setbacks to put us out of commission. We get back up because we was filled with a mission. It was wrote to our heart. That's why we are the light, that we have to follow the light, because those people will follow you. Follow you when you be in you. We don't fall off, we turn it up, we go harder. I told you, champions, they don't come to take everything, they come to give everything. We are the lenders, because we the one who feed them. Feed them what? Feed them motivation, feed them inspiration, feed them encouragement. We the one that provide them with the confidence and approve them even when they don't feel good about themselves. Why? Because we put them around us. We allow them to grow with us, not sit here to put them down. We lift them up. We see ourselves on the same level. Guess what? This is an attitude right now. This is a mindset right now. This is about character right now. This is the invisible crown. Put on your invisible crown so the God you talk about so much can be visible now. Put it on your head. That's the way you think. Put it on your heart, because that's the way you move, and you're going to fight for everything you need, because that's how it's going to be moving forward. Some is being called up so they can sit here and handle that battle and make sure they key in the codes to make sure we do the work that we have to do. So I had to learn how to say this: until we meet again. Until we meet again. That's what we got to say to those that done already departed, to your grandmother, to your mother. People done lost brothers, people done lost sisters, people done lost children. Until we meet again. I got to do what I got to do. Only down for a minute, because he allowed us to have this moment. He say, store your treasures in heaven. In heaven. Some of you, your treasures, at least one of my treasures done already went where? In heaven. He's stored in heaven. He's there. I got to get there. I'm down here right now, but he's advocating on my behalf. So he said, guess what? The treasure of what? The treasure of love, the treasure of trust, the treasure of understanding what a friend should be. Hey, that was good, y'all. Every day is a new day. He said, don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow got worries of its own. But did you ever know that when tomorrow get here, it'll be called today? Today, let's make that change. Today, let's make that transformation. Today, let's ground ourselves. Let's get in the right position. Let's honor him for who he have always been in our life. He opened your eyes to see something that you couldn't see on your own. You have another level of understanding. When I get it, you get it. I pray and I ask God, when you give me my new oil, I need to make sure that everybody that walks with me, everybody that connects to me, everybody that's in a relationship with me, that they will also be provided with what they need. People got to watch my right side. People got to watch my left side. People are behind me. People finna come in, but I need to make sure that those is here. Jesus fed all those people off of that bread. God, you are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. You are the bread of life. It wasn't 5 breads and 2 fishes. It was the bread of life. And once he started speaking life, they wasn't hungry no more. We ain't hungry for foolishness. We ain't hungry for things we used to desire. We ain't lusting after anything other than the fact that God, you sustain us. You provide for us. You give us. You heal us. And we recognize that the things you continue to do in us and through us continues to manifest and show itself. But we're going to be responsible over what you give us. You provide us with all that we can ever ask for in this time period. Life is a marathon. It's a process. He says some people, you want what you want, but it's what you give. What you give will get you what you want. But the problem is that the problem. You have to respect the process. There's a process to whatever it is that you desiring out of anything that's walking this earth. You asking for something, there's a process to receive it. You get processed in, you get processed out. At the end of the day, the devil came in to your life as your free will. Now you got to process them up out of there. And that thing ain't easy, because they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave you. That's strongholds, but them strongholds come down today. They come down today because they